Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Adventures with Souls. Today we're going back into Ranch Simulator. This is episode 2. I tweaked my graphic settings a little bit, so I hope it's a little bit better for you. This is not the best graphic game anyways, so I tried my best. If there's anything that you could give me a suggestion on to make it look better, I certainly am open to those suggestions. So this is our little tiny farm that we started with. And as you can see, we're on day 2, and we've got a little bit of a garden growing. We cut down some trees, we planted some new trees, and we still have our woody wagon. We have our some wild meat as well as our sawmill and our um, fuel can. Yeah, jerry can. That's what I was trying to think of. And a few seeds to get us going, some bell pepper and some tomatoes. So we also have a couple of quests that we picked up, including shooting predators, which will give us a better gun for hunting. And then the wild meat to the hunter is not a bad quest to do. He gives you a little bit more money than they do at the regular whatchamacallits, regular vendors. I am having the worst time coming up with English this morning. I apologize. We also have our oil rig. You can see it in the distance. That is getting oil for us, and that's another great source of income. It'd be great if I can find a second one. So hopefully we can explore and find the second oil patch area. I'd also like to get going with some pigs. So I think that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build a pig pen and start having some pigs, maybe a few chickens. I'm not sure. So actually, let's move this. We're going to put this over here and we're going to start sawing some logs. So if we do this, then we can maybe put up a little pen and have our pigs in the pen. I very much would like to get the lawnmower too, so I can cut down some of these weeds that are on our starter ranch. And this is the DLC, so this is the Southwest Farm. It's basically the second map. So this just came out in February, I think of the 17th it launched. So it's been out a little bit now. I've watched a few other content creators play around on this and tried not to watch too much because I don't like spoilers. I would prefer to try to figure out stuff on my own and, find things that way. Although I think I have a little bit better understanding of the map layout itself, which is always very helpful. So I'm glad that there are other content creators that are playing this game and putting some content out there to view as well. And I am recording this at home, not at my studio, so you probably will hear my dogs interject every now and again. So sorry about that, unless you enjoy dogs. We have a lab German Shepherd mix named Theo, and then we have a boxer puppy named Winston. I guess still a puppy. He's 2, and Theo will be 7 in May. We've had both of these dogs since they were babies, but they tend to bark at almost anything. So, especially when we get a delivery or something and they hear our UPS driver. He's nice though. He tends to leave them cookies, which they're all about. So I think that's why they bark. So they're like, "Mom, go get your stuff so we can have our cookies." They also ring our doorbell, and I don't know if is that a common thing UPS does? Like, I at my old house they never did that, and at this house they do. It's weird. But I don't mind it. I live in the Midwest, so it can get really cold. And like if I get some sort of drink or whatever, it can freeze, and I don't want that. So I do appreciate it when they ring the bell. Although my dogs are pretty good about telling me that somebody is here. I don't know if this is, oh, we shut that off so we don't waste our fuel. It seems when you begin, um, every little bit of money that you can keep is welcome. So, all right, where should we put our pig pen? Like, I feel like this area is good for trees for now. I want to take down the barn eventually, but I feel like, especially not knowing this map as well, it's a good like landmark, so like I can see it off in the distance and things. Maybe on the other side we'll start our pig pen. I'm not gonna get crazy right away. I mean, I could just let them go hog wild, but when you're starting, you really don't want to get yourself into a position where you can't feed them. Um, I typically will wait until I have at least one silo and one windmill for the watering before I let them breed. And I know there's some people that just let them go. They just put everybody together to pen and just let them go and harvest kind of as each pig ages. But usually right away I don't do that. It's just especially early game, it's too hard to try to manage that, especially with pigs, because their litters can be like, I've had everything from just 2 piglets to like 8. So it can get out of control like super, super fast. And I don't want that. I want to be able to feed everybody. I even get sad when they die because I didn't feed them or I didn't have like the money to feed them. So, I do. I know they're pixels, but it makes me sad and I don't want to be sad. So, I try my best to um, not get carried away in early game, and it's so easy to want to do that. I'm gonna put 2 fun. Well, I feel like this is like, is this off? This one's off, right? Usually you can tell if you've got a straight pen or not by doing just the 2x2, and then you can see if you're off or if you're, on. Like this one clearly shows that it's pretty square. So I know I'm not a little bit here. There we go. I think that's a good starter pen. Also what I like to do, I learned this from another streamer actually, before the DLC came out, who puts their food on the outside of the pen because they still can eat and they still can drink. It's and then you can just use the small versions. You don't have to use the huge honkin' versions, which I didn't know you could do until I watched their streams. So that's a really helpful tip, especially when you have like a small pen like this and you're starting out and you don't really have a whole lot of money to do things with. So being able to put your pigs in there without these like little extra obstructions, and even with the bigger ones, I've had it in my earlier games where they could actually climb up on the food troughs and like get out of the pens, and it drove me absolutely insane. Suddenly I'd be working and there's just this random pig that walks by and I'm like, how did that happen? And that's the only thing I could really think of. That's how they got out. And I actually did watch it one day. I did watch one of them get out by jumping on the food trough and then essentially like kind of clipping over the fence and on the outside. So I was like, So from that day forward, I really tried to put them in the middle so like that couldn't happen. But then I saw this trick and I'm like, that's even better. So that's what I do. I guess the only problem with it is you are limiting one side. You're not letting them be able to come to the entire trough on both sides. So that is, I guess, would be a downside to it. But we're starting out. We're not really going to be really picky about it. We can always change it later. We're always going to have like, we can always expand our pens and we can always add the bigger food troughs when we have the bigger pens. But I think for this early on, this is a really good trick. I know it's saved me some headache. So there, we have our pen made for our pigs. So I don't know if I can put pigs in here. I don't think I can. I think I have to get a different vehicle, which I could go buy the truck, I suppose. I don't know how much money I have. How much money do I have? Oh, I do have enough. I think the truck is 1,600. Just gonna take out this extra stuff in the back. We were growing some grapes. I'm just also gonna try to get some more plots going. I do want to grab some cabbage seed. Our trees are growing, and the trees are great because when you cut them down, you get a sapling. So you don't have to, and sometimes two saplings. So they just kind of like replicate themselves, and you don't really have to worry about buying the saplings all the time. Not that they're that expensive. It's just one less thing to. Oop, shut my. I think I'm going to trade this in for the truck. I know it's a little bit more money, like up front, but the truck will at least let us get the animals, and I don't think this lets us have animals. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And a lot of this game is driving, unfortunately. Another game that might feature, well, I probably will feature in a couple of just recorded episodes or maybe even live on stream one day. It seems how I feel. It'll see how I feel. But it's Contractville, and I feel that that game's a lot of driving as well. Did I miss the bridge? I probably did. Yes. Or um so that's another game where I just feel like all you do is drive. And it's just so incredibly long to get from one point to another. And I think that's what turned me off about the game a lot. But if you take that out of the aspect, it's actually really fun to play. There's a lot of really good car dealership here. Did I go? It's right here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not used to where everything is yet. So I'm gonna sell this. As much as I kind of like how this thing looks, we're gonna sell it. Are you sure? Yes, my cargo's out of it. So we got 450 for that. And we're gonna buy the truck because I know for sure that we can get the pigs. Yeah. So we can get 2 pigs, a pig and a cow, or 2 goats for 1,600. And we'll still have a little bit of money, so we'll buy this. I always think vehicles are a really good investment in this game. So when you can like upgrade, do it because they're worth it. I remember the truck though from the other map being kind of finicky for driving, so I'll have to be careful. You can also upgrade it, which we're going to do. We're going to put, this is an extra cargo rack on the top, so we're going to do that. And what is it, 200? 100. So just for $100, you can add the cargo, which is helpful. I'm also going to change the color. I love blue. Blue is my favorite color, so we're doing blue. There we go. Maybe a little darker. Now that looks more purple, doesn't it? A little bit darker. There we go. And that's 150. Do I want to do that like right away? Yeah, I'll do. I'll just get the color. Why not? I'll probably regret that decision later, but okay, we're gonna go get a couple of pigs, and we're not gonna let them, or we're not gonna like breed pigs immediately. Like I said, it can get out of hand really quickly, and before you know it, you've spent like all your money just on food, and you really can't upgrade. Also, I discovered that if you park in here and you get things and it drops onto your vehicle can disappear. It's very weird. I had to like revert a save because of that. I have no idea where the truck went. It was not in the air, it was not in the ground, it was not anywhere nearby. It was just gone. And I'm like, okay, good to know. So since then, I I'm a little gun shy about parking in the drop zone. Okay, so we are down some fundage, but pigs take about 5 days to mature before you can sell them. A good trick knowing if they're ready is if you can take them through one side of the open gate, they aren't ready. If they will not go through one side of the open gate, they're ready. Another trick I learned from watching streamers. Really good, helpful tip. Come on, piggy piggy. There we go. Also, make sure you have nothing in your vehicle when you load them. You do have to load your animals first before you can put in anything else. Actually, now I can drive in there because I'm not buying anything else. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to regret this paint job later for 150, I'm sure of it. I guess I could have bought the little UTV vehicle as well. That would have also allowed me to get pigs for half the cost. But I don't know. I'm going big or going home in this one, I guess. I'm probably gonna go home at some point. Do I fuel? I do. Okay. I have walked on more than one occasion because I didn't pay attention to my fuel in my vehicle. And I'm pretty much put myself in the middle of nowhere, running back to my farm to grab a jerry can. With the extra cargo space too, we can always leave one in the vehicle. See, if you go too fast, it bounces. I also love running into everything possible in this game. This is wide open spaces, and I will find something to run into 100% every single time. We. All right. Let's take our piggies out. Let's take our piggies out. Here, piggy piggy. So this is what I mean with the fence. If your pig can go through just one side of the gate, they are not ready. If they can go through, um, if they can't go through one side of the gate, then they are ready to harvest. I think the top is 26 meat you can get out of a fully developed pig. Basically, one pig will pay for two other pigs if you sell just the meat outright. And in the early game, that's all I kind of do is just... Oop. I thought you were right behind me, little guy. Come on. Thank you. Ah, no, the other one's getting out. Nope. Nope. Ah, shh, isn't it? Dang it. Come here. Little stinker. The folly of small pens. And we will add to this pen. We will make it bigger. But for now, it's going to be... And I guess I should have put the pen over by the well. That would have been smart. But I guess I wasn't thinking smart. Where is my bucket? There it is. Oh, I was gonna get cabbage seeds, wasn't I? Oh well. Not a big deal. Nope. We're gonna go out this way. There we go. So my pigs have food and water. and we can just let them grow. I'm going to put these extra feed over here. All right. Let's see. Pick up the bell pepper. I'll plant that in this side. And if my trees are ready, we'll cut those and try to get these other two planters built at the very least. Oh, good. Our trees are 100%. And we got 2 saplings from cutting that one. Whoa, I almost got hit by that tree. You can die from being hit by the tree. I wouldn't know from experience or anything. All right. So, oh, and our sawmill was low on fuel, so I'll go grab one of the fuel cans. Oh, that one was empty. And let's just start sawing away on these. Okay, so we've planted the saplings that we got from our bigger trees. It is nighttime. We could go to bed if we want to, but I tend to work through the night and get more things done. Sometimes, especially when I have these young pigs, sometimes I'll just sleep just to forward time, but as it does take 5 days for them to mature. I do want to get these planted though, these little planters. So we'll do that and then probably take a rest for the evening. And I still have plenty of planks left over. And we'll end the day. All right, so we have little trees growing. We can harvest these. Follow me, tree. I'm so glad they added um the saplings so you could plant your own trees. In the early game days, you could go anywhere in the world and cut trees, but then they took that away. And once you kind of harvested everything that was on your property, which the other game, there's quite a bit of wood to harvest, it was like, okay, now I'm forced to buy it, which is fine because at that point you probably had a lot of money and it didn't really matter. But it's still nice to be able to have the option to grow your own and chop your own. Oh no. Oh, we still had plenty of fuel. Okay, so we've planted the rest of our saplings from cutting all this lumber. I'm gonna go check on my pigs really quick, see if they ate all their food. If not, their water's still good. Just watering our plants. I think I'm gonna build a couple more little planters. So bright. Greenhouse. Here we are. Um, okay. I'm actually going to run into town and I'm gonna buy a couple of different seeds, some cabbage seeds and some watermelon seeds. Those particular crops grow very quickly. So they're kind of nice to have in the beginning as well because you can harvest them quickly and get a return quickly. Whee! Whoops. It's okay. We're good. We're good. We got it. We're fine. It's fine. We're fine. I would buy another cooler, but I don't think I have the funds for it. Crash. I am the best driver in this game, I'm telling you. Yeah, we only have 113 bucks, so we really can't buy a ton of stuff. But we will buy these seeds for 20 at the very least. Cooler is almost 100, so that's a little out of our price range to get a second cooler. The other thing I can do too is I can just drive around and hunt and try to hunt. It's a good thing to do as well while you're waiting for your pigs to get to a harvestable state. I'll try to drive better. I said I'll try. No promises, no guarantees. I'm gonna crash into people. Yep. Nope. Oh, wow. Okay. I really thought it was gonna... Whoops. Really thought I was gonna crash. See, I told you, I'm the best driver at this. I'll have to get familiar anyway to where to hunt because, like I said, this is a new map, so I don't know this map nearly as well as I know the other one. And learning where the animal spawns are huge. Am I going to be able to? Okay, all right. Whoop. Yes, our farm is named What the Heck because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I'm going to plant 2 cabbage. I'm going to plant 2 watermelon. Or how's the other plants faring water-wise? We'll check our pigs again, make sure they have plenty of food, plenty of water. Still do. Oh, our trees are growing. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop for this episode. This is our second episode of our Ranch Simulator play series, and we're just basically going to play through the game and try to do some sort of big mega farm, I guess. I'm not sure what the end goal is for this, but they're meant to be chill, relaxing, um, laid back. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe and link, share, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.